Hey everybody, Adam Small here again from MyMusicMasterclass, and today we have another review for you, and this one is a bit interesting. So what we have today is a new product from Donner. It's actually a silent guitar, a travel guitar. It's called the Hush I, and it's really small. It fits in this little tiny case, which obviously you could put pretty much anywhere in any plane or trunk or whatever. So we are going to review this instrument. You're going to be able to, hear what it sounds like and all those things. But first I just want to go over some of the specs on this so you understand what this product even is. It's a headless design, so there's no tuning pegs at the top. Instead, the tuning pegs are at the bottom and they're knob style tuners. Also, it has a removable metal frame that just fits in this case that you can pop in to the guitar on the top and the bottom. It's kind of like these metal rails, but they're really lightweight, and they fit in with just 2 screws. The Allen wrench used to tighten these screws is already sunk into the guitar itself, so you don't lose it. And essentially what this does is it provides a little more comfort if you're playing sitting down or if you want it to kind of feel more like a traditional guitar. So there are multiple ways to hear this guitar when practicing. First, you could just use the headphone out. So this guitar also comes with a set of headphones, and you can plug it into a 3.5 millimeter jack that's included in the guitar. It's just a regular headphone out. So any headphones that you have that fit into a tablet or a phone should work with this too. And you can hear exactly what's coming out of this guitar. And of course, there are other ways to get sound out of this thing. There's regular 1/4-inch cable you can pop in the bottom and plug it into an amp, or a soundboard or a sound card or whatever. And if you're the type that wants to play along with an app that you have on your iPad or a tablet or phone, or you just want to play along with MP3s or any kind of tracks, there is an aux in, which is also the same size as the headphone jack, which is 3.5 millimeters. The preamp controls are pretty simple. So you have a 2-stage EQ, low and high. You can adjust that if you want. You also have a phase switch. Those of you with studio knowledge will know what a phase switch does, but for those who don't know, the phase button will invert the output signal 180 degrees. And in their literature, it says that it'll remove feedback and give the guitar a purer sound. The whole preamp system is just powered by one 9-volt battery. And from their literature, it says that it'll provide 50 hours of headphone volume, right? If you're listening through the headphone amp, the battery would last 50 hours. If you're just using the 1/4-inch out, so you're going into an amp or something else and you're not using the headphone amp, the literature says that it'll last 30 days. Another thing that the literature says about the Hush I is that it has an asymmetrical neck. Donner says that it'll help you play easier, higher and lower on the neck, and help with wrist fatigue even if playing for multiple hours. This guitar doesn't have a traditional pickup, as you can see. Instead, it has an under the bridge pickup, kind of like an acoustic guitar. It's probably a piezo pickup, but it doesn't say in the documentation, but I'm assuming. The Allen wrench that you need in order to put the rails on, it actually fits in the guitar and has a little magnet catch to it. It's magnetic, so it won't fall out if you just put the guitar upside down or anything like that. We'll kind of go through these features and test a bunch of stuff in a minute, but first let's go through what came in the box. The Hush I comes with a pretty nice padded little gig bag, the top and bottom rails, an Allen wrench, picks, a wiping cloth, earphones, a tuner, and the manual. Now, if you've ever watched one of our reviews before, you'd know what was coming right about now, which is the disclaimer. Donna sent us this silent guitar in order for us to make a video review, but they didn't coach us and they didn't tell us to say anything specific. They just asked us to make a review. And we always make reviews that are unbiased and honest because there is no point to make a video like this unless we do just that. Now, as many of you know, I am primarily a bass player. I've done several bass reviews on this channel, as well as some tutorials and whatnot. I also play guitar and a bunch of other instruments, but today I have a friend coming by who's an excellent guitarist who is going to do the review with me. So without further ado, let's get into this review. Wow, that rhymed and it wasn't supposed to. right, so that's what this thing sounds like through a Fender Twin mic'd with a Shure SM57. It's important to note that the distortion you're hearing, or like the light overdrive, is the amp breaking up. It's not necessarily this guitar distorting out of the guitar. I'll show you right now. I plug directly into my sound card, and this is what it sounds like. As you can see, it's a pretty clean signal, or a very clean signal, because it's just got this piezo pickup. There's no single coil pickups or humbuckers or anything like that, you know, coloring the sound or making it sound a certain way. This is just really, really a pure thing. And if we're talking about the sound here, this guitar, in my opinion, is not made to have an amazing sound. This guitar is made so that you can practice anywhere you want, easily, quickly, and quietly. I mean, the cost of this thing is $299.99 as of the filming of this video. And Donner, in my opinion, put that money towards these other elements of the guitar. First of all, this design is cool with the removable rails, and it just makes sense, and it's tiny. Second of all, it's very playable. Both my friend and I agree that this thing plays nice the whole way up the neck and down. Third, and most importantly of all, it's about this thing here. The headphone out and the auxiliary in. I mean, the fact that you can just bring this thing to any hotel room or anywhere, camping, whatever you want to do, and just plug right into here. You don't have to bring a headphone amp, and then just plug your phone or your iPad into the auxiliary port, and then you can play along with tracks or do whatever you want, all within this unit. Makes it really valuable as a practice tool. So to be honest, the sound itself of this guitar is going to be sterile sounding. It's not going to have any electric guitar color that you're looking for. But to me and my friend, we both agreed that it's kind of interesting to play a guitar with headphones that doesn't sound like super pleasing in your headphones, because you have to work harder to make it sound good. And by doing that, sometimes your technique can get a little better, and basically, if you can make this thing sound good with headphones, then by the time you're on your real guitar with an amp in your pedal board or whatever you have, it's going to be a lot easier, and you're going to sound better on that. But regardless, this is a clean signal that you can get into your headphones, and you can practice anything rhythmically, harmonically, whatever you need, all within this unit. So you can't really complain that it doesn't sound like your best Stratocaster or Telecaster or anything like that. Again, that's not at all the purpose of this thing. Now, for those of you who want to know who my guitar friend is that came over here, that will remain a mystery. He has some gear endorsements, so we can't show his face in the video, but you know, he's a good friend of mine and he's a better guitarist than I am, so we thought it'd be great for him to play the examples. That being said, if you have any conspiracy theories about who you think this mystery guitarist is and you'd like to share them in the comments, please feel free. Although, I will tell you, he's not Elvis or the Loch Ness Monster, but he could be a number of other entities or people. Anyway, to wrap this thing up, Donner made a really cool and interesting guitar with a specific purpose: to be light, small, and have everything you need to get a practice session in when you're in the smallest of spaces or you have travel requirements. And I hope this review helps you, and if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. See you next time.